If you accept a quest from a faction, if you join that faction, you need to do that quest. Because if you fail, you show yourself to be untrustworthy. Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Thumbs up. Yesterday was bright and hot, and yay. Today it's supposed to be cooler, topping out like in the low 70s, possibility of rain. Thank goodness for that, because last night, oh boy, 1 o'clock in the morning, I had just massive heat anxiety. Just woke up 1 o'clock in the morning feeling like I couldn't breathe because I was so hot. Everything was terrible. Oh, almost had an anxiety attack. So, joy. But still, I did manage to sleep, and I slept some, and that's a good thing. So definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that'd be very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very, very cool. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are, in fact, move my shoulder back. I can't. They are literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and my pets alive. If you would like to help me out and become one of these beautiful people, I do have links to my PayPal in the video description below. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without sending any money at all, there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. So, yay! And this month, I am feeling very sad. My post office box is up for renewal. And it's $100 and change. I don't have that. I can't afford that. With the cost of everything rising, I can't afford it. So I've talked about this every time that it's been coming up, every 6 months. But for the first time that I've opened up my post office box back, 2015, 2016, I'm going to have to let it go. I can't afford to keep it open. Unless people can, provide me with PayPal money to pay for it, I'm going to have to let it go. And then no one will ever be able to send me anything again, ever. There's no place to send it. So, not that anybody sends me anything anyway. I ask for postcards and I don't even get postcards, so it's not like people send me a lot of things. Periodically they do. I got the first D100 dungeon and some dice because someone heard that I really would like to have had it and sent it to me as a gift. I won't be able to do that anymore. I'm not going to have a post office box. It's due by the end of the month and I can't pay for it anymore. So, if anybody watches my past videos, of course, they may try to send something if they ever think about that, and then it'll bounce because, hey, no post office box. So I'm feeling good about that. Once more, it's just another thing being taken away from me as my life gets smaller and smaller and stuff is just taken away. Excuse me. Stuff gets taken away from me as there's just less and less. So yay, thumbs up for that. But past that, yesterday was a day, and it was a warm day, and I had some issues with sleeping. Life is life, though. It wasn't huge, it didn't last for a long time, but it was more difficult afterward to try and get and stay motivated. I wanted to try recording Daggerfall, the game Daggerfall. I have done so poorly in my last couple playthroughs of this game. It is horrific. I have made it before into the part, the game's like this long, main quest, and I'm on like this far, but I can't even get that far now. If you accept a quest from a faction, if you join that faction, you need to do that quest. Because if you fail, you show yourself to be untrustworthy. And if you're untrustworthy, they're going to kick you out of the guild. And if you're kicked out of the guild, you're not going to be able to get any quests or any services from them. And that sucks. Well, so far in the first playthrough that I was recording, I messed up so badly I got kicked out of every faction by not being able to solve quests. I was dying of disease. I couldn't do it. Didn't matter. Quest over. Faction hated me. I couldn't do anything, so I had to restart. The same thing's happening. The merchants will sell to me, but they don't like me at all. And I've got a Fighters Guild faction quest that I'm about to fail again, which means I'm gonna be stuck again. I've never had this problem playing the game Daggerfall before. Oy vey. So, rather than deal with that, right at this moment, because I've never had to deal with this issue before, I don't know how to treat it. I don't know how to get my rep back up. I don't know how to get in the good eyes of the factions again. So I don't know what to do. So I just avoided the situation and recorded Arena yesterday. No factions to get kicked out of there. I mean, you can, but it's harder. Joyous on that? But past that, I tried to do the best that I could do. And I tried to play video games. I don't think I did. I watched videos at the very, very least, and that's a good thing. I went walkies, of course, but I took my Wellbutrin way too late. I have discovered that, and I know I've talked about this before, but it's also to help reinforce for me. I have discovered that if I take my first dose of Wellbutrin, first thing that I get up, and I got up a little later this morning. I stayed in bed till 6. But the first thing that I get up, I take my Wellbutrin. Time slows down. I get a little bit more energy. I get more motivation to do things. No specific things, but things in the morning time. Then things start to fade in the afternoon. And so I try to take my next dose at 3 o'clock. So that by the time it doesn't kick in immediately and the effect is not as good, but it helps me to think and concentrate. But even taking it at 3, there's a period where it's not working as well, and then it kicks back in. I forgot to take it at that time. I had to take it closer to 6 o'clock. So when I was out on walkies, I was unable to focus, concentrate, or remember as clearly as I would like. Instead of being able to have my creativity roam over a whole bunch of subjects, I mainly chewed on one, and I wish it had been more, or I had been able to get better results. I mean, it was more monologuing, some sort of thing that I touched on yesterday, but it's still a whole part of the guy's named Jerry, where trying to figure out how quickly his vision is clearing, his third eye having opened, and now he can see the world as it really is. His cryptid vision is intense. Having it come on full power in one day, too fast. But I don't want it to be too slow either, because it's not that kind of story. It's more of an in media res type thing, and you don't in media res by doing a slow burn. In media res being I can't remember the exact, but it's like in the middle of action. And so if you have a book or a story, the best way to do it is in media res, so that people are caught up. And then while you're doing that, having them caught up in the action, people start to care a little bit. Then you throw characterization in so people care. And then afterward, you use bits of exposition to get people caught up. But you get in media res, so people are immediately, oh, blood's starting to pump. So that's the way to do that. Slow burn. Nothing wrong with slow burn. I mean, you can see the difference. The movie Alien, the first movie Alien, is such a slow burn movie. It takes a long time for any action to actually begin. But thank goodness, it's a slow burn. By the time you get to action, you're on the edge of your frickin' seat. And then there's the other movies where they just start bang slam. For as soon as the credits are done, there's action, and those are good too. There are times when one is better and the other is better in a different time. So, anyway on that, I figured First day, his cryptid vision clears up so that if you put a number on it, he wakes up that morning, he's ticked up, it's clicked on. For like the end of that first day, it spends, that 24 hours clicking up a third of the way through the dial up to the maximum. The next day, it just continues sliding upward. But the first day, he feels like he's taken a hit of acid. The next day, he feels like he's taken 2 hits of acid. It's getting harder to concentrate, but he's seeing a whole lot more. And then the next day is when the needle slides all the way to the top and then tries to go on and bends, but it's stuck at 100. That's when he's seeing pretty much everything. There's still more that he won't be able to. Human beings will only ever be able to have so much of a sight. But that's when he's also feeling like the constantly effects of 3 hits of acid. He's not actually like on anything. It's just he feels good mentally, physically, and he feels everything. He can see everything just moving. He can hear everything. He can feel the air on his skin sliding through his throat, inside of his lungs. He can feel everything, and it's just, he's about it. Which is a good thing. But at one point, I figured, just as a minor aside, when they're grilling him at first, when they first meet him, and they're like, why did you go to Pol Pot Park? I mentioned he says, a werewolf told me to go there. And after they found out that the werewolf had just eaten someone, it's like, well, why did you trust him then? And of course, the bugs flying in through the window. Bad part about having the window open. Can't put a screen up because then the cat wouldn't be able to go in and out. Let's see if I can remember where I was going with that. Okay, they're grilling him over this, and there is the werewolf. At which point he would say something along the lines of, it's like, well, wait a minute. You just said, why would I trust him because he ate someone? What does eating someone have to do with trusting them? If I hadn't known that he was eating someone, should I have then trusted him? Does the fact that I know he ate someone mean that if he said, oh, the sun has risen, that I can't trust that maybe the sun is setting? What does eating human beings have to do with being trustworthy and believing what they say? He was upfront about the fact that he ate someone. He wasn't trying to hide it. What does that have to do with trustworthiness? At which point the person grilling them would pause to try and address that, and another person in the room that's with them interrogating says, he does have a point. I got a friend of mine. I have trusted, and I do trust them with my life, and they eat people 2 or 3 times a month. Am I not supposed to trust my friend? At which point the interrogator is just like, all right, I misspoke. If you have to eat human beings, then, well, now, wait a minute. I never said my friend had to eat people. They don't eat people because they have to. It's just they eat people because they think they taste good. Oh, no offense meant, off to Jerry. At which point Jerry says something along the lines of, well, no offense meant and none taken. I mean, I'm a people, but I've never eaten a people. I don't know. Maybe we do taste good. Maybe we are delicious. And anyway, that's not an offense. That's it. That's a compliment. I'm so wanted. Everybody wants me in their tummy. At which point, they're like, you're all right. But that's his view on things. It's like, just because you eat human beings doesn't mean you're automatically untrustworthy, especially if you put it up front that you do so. Or at least that's the way it seems to me. And Jerry, too. So thumbs up on that. But past that, I mean, that's basically it. That's all I've done. I've thought about that, and I didn't do much of anything else. I am sorry. I know heat robs me of a whole bunch of, like, humanity. I can't think or do things well. So hopefully it's going to cool down. I mean, I'm already too warm right now. So, yay. But as soon as I'm done, fan on in the window, door open, and that fan's blaring out there. So there'll be a cross draft. Lights off so it cools down. But still, hopefully you're going to get done the things that you would like to get done, and that is a very good thing. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, well, you've already seen my brain work, or failed to do so. Jesse Koskinen, hey, a day off from work. I hope that you had a very good day, and I hope you have a good day. It says an hour ago, but this is from a couple hours ago, so hopefully you're going to have a very good day. Good to see you in the comments, my friend. We have Harry Davey, thumbs up, and I will check that out. There is Lincoln. My bloody eyes. My glasses are not working as well anymore. Lincoln We Hunt, thumbs up and thank you. There's Confused Al 29, greatly appreciated. Hopefully you got your stuff done, and that would be good. But good to see you in the comments. The Horror Files, thumbs up and thank you. We have Carlos Rob, greatly appreciated. Insignificant Nick, I hope your interview went well. And Loco 5, good to see you in the comments as well. Definitely a thumbs up. We have Ben B, greatly appreciated. Good to see you as well. There is Adrian, thumbs up, and good to see you in the comments too. I am doing a poor job of thanking people in the comments. Thank you each and every one of you for having left me a comment. My brain is just having a very poor time of it this morning. But thank you, Adrian. And then there is no one else. That is 10 people in the past 24 hours who left me comments. Thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. You do get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. Still appreciate it. Anything more than 0 is awesome. Well, son of a gun, I'm going to try and get stuff done today because it should be cooler, so hopefully that will help. Thumbs up on that. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. Again, if you can't, don't beat yourself up. Survival is more important. And speaking of survival, with all the diseases out there, please take appropriate precautions for your situation and the situation in your area. There are pandemics raging around the world that are not under control yet. So please, be smart, be careful, don't toss your own or anyone else's bodies onto the end-of-life corpse pile before you have to. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.